All right, we're here for our weekly baseball press conference with head coach Danny Hayden. Coach, down to Murray State, obviously the weather made you play Sunday, Monday, but when you schedule these series, the goal is to win the series, and you did it. What can you tell us about the series?
Yeah, it's good to get a series win out of the weekend. The starting pitching was, I think, the strength of the weekend for us for sure. We had pretty good starts from all three of those guys. We talked about it a little bit last week, and it continues to be some areas in the bullpen that we need to sharpen up a little bit and make sure we're bringing the right guys are getting the right opportunities. I think right now we just got to make sure we're ready to come in and get big outs when we need to. I think Saturday slipped away. It's not Saturday, but Game 2 slipped away from us a little bit because of that, and we just need to make sure that our mentality is always accept the challenge. When we don't get it done one day, we're ready to get it done the next day. And I'd say to our guys' credit and the bullpen's credit, they did an awesome job. Game 3 of the series where they covered the last 4 innings of that game very seamlessly. So the bullpen's going to be a strength of ours for sure, and at times it has been already this season, but it's definitely a work in progress too. Offensively, I thought the weekend was pretty good. Definitely Game 2, we let some opportunities get away from us, could have scored more, definitely more, and made that a little bit more, I think, even a more comfortable lead than what we had late in the game. We had a 1-run lead in the 7th, I believe. I think that could have been a 2 or 3-run lead. But we've got to be able to win close baseball games. We're going to have games like that. And frustrated that we didn't get that one, but definitely happy to get 2 on the weekend.
You mentioned the starting rotation. Is that pretty much set, at least in terms of your weekend starters at this point, or are they still open spots?
Yeah, not even close to set, actually, and a lot of that is just timing-wise. You know, we played 2 games Sunday, 1 game Monday. Already looking at the weather this week, it looks like there's probably going to be a doubleheader in there at some point. Sunday doesn't look like a good day to play. So when you're pushing guys back from a Monday start, they're probably not going to be able to come back and pitch. At least Corbell, our starter, is probably not going to be able to come back and pitch Friday and be even a push for him to pitch on Saturday in any extended role. So we've got to look into the bullpen and the starters and see who's lined up, who's freshest to see. And we got to look at the weather and see how we're going to be able to get these 3 games in this weekend against Oakland. But with that said, I am very confident in the starts that we're getting, and I'm very confident in the guys that we have to make those starts. We've had 4 different pitchers make starts so far this year. I think there's 2 or 3 other guys that could easily have made a couple of those starts for our staff as well. The pitching staff is as deep as it's ever been since I've been here, and we're going to try to keep finding opportunities for guys to show us what role they need to have.
And then offensively, has there been any guy that really stands out to you so far this season?
Well, Cole Andrews had a monster weekend this weekend. I mean, even his outs were loud, scary outs. And for a freshman to do that was pretty great to see for us. You know, that's a guy who didn't play the first couple of games, and, we're trying to figure out ways we can get him in the lineup and things like that. And he's really taken an opportunity and run with it. Christian Tejada is another one that kind of stands out in a really positive way. He's had tremendous at-bats all year for us. He's added I think a little bit more pop than what he had at the end of the season last year, but he was a really good hitter last year, and I think he's a more complete hitter this year. So those 2 guys did a great job this weekend for us. There's a few other guys that are swinging the bats really well right now. There's a few guys that are fighting it a little bit right now, but I do think we're starting to see what I think is going to be a pretty scary offense when we start clicking 1 through 9.
And then now you come back home to Oxford for your first home series of the season. How excited are you and your guys for that opportunity to finally get back and play here?
Yeah, really excited to play at Miami. Our guys, our staff, everybody, we love playing home games. I think that's pretty normal for any coach, any player. But we've got a really special field. We've got really special things at Miami that we take really good care of and take a ton of pride in. And I think I'm excited to see how our guys get after the field, sprinting on and off the field, taking care of the things that we think are very important. I'd like to see if that gets amplified even more with the excitement of playing a home game. But I know our guys are very excited to get game number 1 here in Oxford.
And then with Oakland coming up, what can you tell us about them and what you know so far?
Yeah, I don't know a ton about Oakland. I was reading up on them a little bit on the bus ride home yesterday. I will sound like a broken record by the end of the season, but for me, it is very much the things that we need to do, continue to do really well, and the things that we need to improve on that are going to dictate our success. It has literally nothing to do with who we're playing right now. Like I said, I think we can play with the best teams in the country, and I think we could get embarrassed by the worst teams in the country, depending on how we show up, how we're prepared. And I think that's true for most of college baseball. I don't think that's an us issue. I'm very excited about the potential of this team, but we're only going to be as good as we are prepared every day to go out and take whoever is in the other dugout.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.